Hotel carries Byredo. Oh, this is coming home. What's happening, YouTube? Doing some traveling, coming live to you from Toronto, Canada. The wife had to come here and do some work, so I decided to tag along, and whatever shall I do? Sniff some fragrances, of course. So I'm gonna go out and see if I can find somewhere to get my nose on some stuff that I hadn't smelled before. Let's see what I can find. So it's day 2 here in Toronto. Found the Saks here close. They had a lot of niche stuff that I hadn't smelled. Some Byredo stuff, some Killian, even some Van Cleef & Arpels. I think one of the best things I smelled yesterday was this fragrance called Amber Imperial from Van Cleef & Arpels. So that may be a purchase. I didn't buy anything. So one of the things, I told the associate that I was traveling internationally, and she said that I couldn't carry on anything over 50 mils. So I need to verify that before I purchase. You know, when the salesperson tells you not to buy something and she's commissioned, you kind of got to listen. So I don't know if she's right, but I need to check that out. But that may be a purchase for me. This is day 2. We'll see what else we can find today. And I'll check back in later. So I did a little research, and it looks like the old, I think you call it the 3-1-1 rule for traveling. It applies to fragrances too, of course, because they are considered a liquid, and so you basically can have bottles that are no larger than your standard 100 ml bottle. Here's the catch: they have to fit in a 1 quart, a 1 quart plastic bag, and you can only have one of them. So that kind of limits the amount of cologne that you can carry on a plane. Since I didn't check any bags, everything that I have will have to fit in a 1 quart bag. Like so. So this is just a 1 quart Glad bag, and I have all my your body wash and stuff like that in. So everything that I buy cologne-wise will have to fit in here. So what I was able to do, instead of buying a bunch of large bottles, I ended up getting a couple of travel kits, travel sets. So Joe Malone has a set for men, has 6 fragrances in it. Comes in one of these little fancy cases. So here's the fragrances they have in it. Horse and sandalwood, lime, basil, mandarin, wood sage and sea salt, black cedar wood and juniper, and oud and bergamot. Now, this brand is one of those brands that they promote layering these. So each one of these smells okay. From what I can remember in the store, nothing jumped out at me as being bad. Nothing jumped out at me as being great. But very interesting to be able to, I think, layer these. And I'm not sure how big these bottles are, but pretty decent size from what I can tell. And they'll fit inside my little plastic bag when I get on the plane. So that's Joe Malone. Next, I went to some place called Holt Renfrew. I'd never heard of that before. I don't know if it kind of has a Neiman's or Nordstrom's type feel to it. So they had something that we don't have here, Frederic Malle. So I'm in an area in Texas that I don't think they have any Frederic Malles. At least I haven't found any place to carry these. So I thought this would be a good pickup while I was here. And now some of these are very challenging. I smelled these, and they're very dark. They're very, what I would describe as artisanal, probably. Here's what they have in this particular set. Again, very small vials that I can throw in my travel-on or travel bag, my carry-on, and I have to worry about getting that confiscated. That's the Essential collection from Frederic Malle. The next brand we have is Clean, and their whole lineup, I think, is supposed to be exactly what the brand says: clean, fresh, and the way these smell, again, something that's going to be very well suited for warm weather. Not all of these are masculine, of course. The Blonde Rose would probably be something for the wife, and the others are pretty much unisex clean. So we'll see again how those things wear, especially with the summer coming up. Next up, Replica. Now, I've heard of Replica. We have Replica locally, but I haven't seen one of these little travel sets. They say this travel set is new, so I went ahead and got that. And now one that's really good is called Jazz Club. I really like Jazz Club. And By the Fireplace. Now, By the Fireplace is one of those I would classify as artisanal as well. It's smells exactly what it says. It's like wood burning in a fireplace. And that might sound weird, but it smells really good. And then finally, I have Derek Lam. This is another brand that's going to be, it fits in that discovery. I bought this one because it was a good price, and I hadn't heard of the brand. And there's, I think, a good introduction within a number of scents they have here, 2, 4, 6, 10. So I think it would be a good introduction to the house. I don't know if these are masculine, feminine, kind of what their what their thing is, but like I say, it was a good price, so I'll pull the trigger on it. And that's Derek Lamb. Duty free here in Toronto. See what the prices look like. So made it back to Texas safe and sound. Really enjoyed Toronto. Met some really cool people. Me and the wife got to spend some quality time, see the city a little bit, and of course smell some fragrances. So what I ended up doing is I had a great plan in theory, but execution just didn't come off like I planned, and I ended up having to check my bag because everything that I wanted to take did not fit inside my 1 quart Ziploc. Mostly because I tried to get as many of these as I could. My 1 quart bag was full of the good marketing thing I think Byredo is doing there in that hotel, because I was able to take a shower and lotion up with that and absolutely fell in love with the smell. So actually before I left, I actually went by and got another travel of Byredo and the Nomad selections. And it has three of their scents in that, and that's Balder Freak, which I absolutely love, Blanche, which is good, and also Gypsy Water. Haven't been able to dive into those just yet, but all of those are good. So a bit of note, I didn't check the bag, but I did check the bag. I didn't have to go through security with it. So there's no limit on how much liquid you can actually check in a bag. However, I did get flagged by customs, so I did have to do a little extra in security, answer more questions. They verified my ID a couple more times. So I don't know if that had anything to do with the amount of fragrance that I had checked in. I don't know if it was just at random. So just a tad bit of information on that. What I'll do is I'll review the travel set as a whole. So let me know which one you want me to review first, and what I'll do is I'll review the set. The Replica, the Essentials collection, and this is the woman's sleeve, but it's actually the men's collection. That's why I don't know if you noticed that on the video, but when I showed this, it had Portrait of a Lady and Carnal Flower. I guess those are the ladies' offerings, and so the juice that the guy gave me was the men's collection. He just gave me the wrong sleeve. So if you want me to review the men's collection, Essentials collection from Frederic Malle, let me know. The Derek Lamb collection, Clean, the Byredo Nomad collection, or the Joe Malone collection. I want to give a shout out to Chad from A Gentleman's Journey. I reached out to him while I was there and asked him for some spots to hit up, and he gave me a list of stuff, and per his recommendations is where I got all these from. So thank you, Chad. Next time I hopefully have more time in Toronto, so maybe we can meet up for a drink or something. But I appreciate the love. Until next time, peace. this is coming home.